back and forth. She decided to join us. And, I think that she really caught the vision here and understood what we're about. And cannabis really has a huge place in Annie's life and in her heart. And I'm going to let her share a little bit about her story and who she is and why I asked her to train, because she does have a lot of amazing knowledge. And I'll just let her kind of give a little preview of who she is. And I'm going to do the view different too, so everybody can see you a little bit bigger. Okay, Annie, I'm going to let you take it away, babes. Introduce yourself. Tell us where you're from. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hi, everybody. So my name is Annie. I go by lots of things. Annie Banani, the Koontznator, whatever you want to go with. Don't ever call me Anne. I really resent that. It's just not my personality. You'll always see me with a different color hair. Somebody said, why do you do that? And I'm like, why don't you? Hello. I like to be surrounded by beautiful colors. I've always been a natural unicorn or a mermaid or some kind of fancy girl shit. And that's always just kind of how I identified. So my pronouns are she, hers, her, and I like to be respectful of everybody. So please, when you're speaking to me, tell me how you like to be referred to, and I'm happy to respect everybody's wishes. I just like to throw that out there. I lead a lot of meetings. I lead a lot of teams in my regular day-to-day life. I run a quality improvement and compliance team in child welfare in New York City. So I do a lot of training, I do a lot of coaching, and my job is to help people be where they want to be. That's kind of a different spin on compliance, right? Where does a person want to be? It turns out that most of us naturally kind of gear toward goals. We like to be told what is expected of us, right? I'll just put it on me. I like to be told what's expected of me. I like to be told what the consequences are if I fail to meet certain expectations. I like to be told what the rewards are if I succeed, what's in it for me. But I also like to be told what's in it for everybody else if I do my thing. And that is relationship kind of 101, right? We're not just thinking about ourselves, we're thinking about everybody around us. And what I wanted to talk to folks today was about, I want to give you a bunch of really kind of dumb anecdotes or thoughtful ones, whatever you think of them. And then kind of lead you into your own thoughtfulness and your own mindfulness about how you want to develop relationships and how you want to lead others. In order to be a good leader, you really need to be a good follower, right? So I've had years and years of experience leading and building teams. I know nothing about network marketing. I come in as a follower, right? And so I'm thinking about all of the things that I can learn about social media, about posting, about sales, about pulling people in. But what really comes to mind for me and what I bring to the table is a skill in relationship building. And what is it about? First and foremost, it's about listening. And the first thing that anybody wants is not to have a problem solved. But I see a lot of ladies here, and a lot of caregivers potentially, and a lot of individuals who are healing, which makes us natural caregivers and kind of natural givers in general. So get a group of givers together, right? And we just want to give. But at some point, we need our cup filled. At some point, we need to have enough to give. And that is where relationships come in. I definitely some days don't believe in myself. And Darnell said to me, it's okay, babes. We're going to believe in you when you can't believe in yourself. And I thought, oh, shit, man, I'm sorry, this is recorded, but dang it, now I have to be accountable in a community that cares about me and I'm going to care about them, right? And that is part of communication. It's not just speaking, but it's about showing up. So how do we show up? How do we show up for ourselves? How do we show up for other people? One of the tools in our toolbox, and we have many, many communication tools in our toolbox, but we don't necessarily put a finger on it or put a name to it, because these are things we go through every single day, start to become muscle memory, habit, things like caring, and feelings words that many of us experience. Aw, thanks, Darnell. Many of us experience, kind of feelings all day, every day, and we can put some baseline tags to it. So happy, everybody show me a happy face, right? Integrity is matching the outside to the inside. So if you were truly happy and you gave me a truly happy face, you practiced a lot of integrity just then. Thank you. Now, you don't always have to be happy. That's okay. Sometimes you're grumpy. Show me grumpy face. I'm sorry, Christy, you win for cutest grumpy face. That was adorable. All right. So, you start to understand that the way that I looked at you all, we don't even have to be in person, but the way that I saw you all showed me what emotion you were feeling. You were happy, you were grumpy. We can pick those things up and then we can say it. Wow, you look really happy today. What's happening? Right? Oh, you look really grumpy today. Is that on purpose? Do I have something to do with that? Right? We do it all the time, right? If we're moms, we're like, hey, do you need to poop? That's always a question we have to ask people, right? Or do you have to poop? Did you drink water? Do you need a nap? These are the things we ask one another. Unless you don't, in which case I'm going to tell you right now, you should. Holly wants to know why we're talking about poop, because it makes people laugh, and laughter is a really good mechanism for developing a relationship. However, it's not all fun and giggles, right? A lot of things that we deal with are quite serious and serious toned, and we can't go into it like this. We can't go into it all, love you, babes. We have to go into it all, I'm sorry, your life sucks. That sucks for you, right? And so one of the things that we can't do is go rushing in to solve a problem without listening to what that problem is first, right? So there are several different types of listening, and that may be surprising if you haven't like studied listening and psychology. I haven't had like 20 stupid college degrees, and I studied a lot of this nonsense just to tell you that there's a lot of different kinds of listening. And there's active listening and reflective listening. Active listening is just, okay, so I went out the other night and I tripped over something and I hurt my knee. Oh, active listening. I was there. I responded to you. Reflective listening has a different feel to it. Well, oh, I went out the other night. I stepped over something. I tripped. Oh, I can't believe I hurt my knee. Oh, are you okay? Did you hurt it badly? Did you have to go to the doctor? So there's a difference between just the nod and the smile and the follow-up question, right? Active and reflective listening. The next thing is sympathy versus empathy. So I don't know if anybody's ever tripped over anything and hurt their knee. So like, just give me a wave if you can, if you've tripped over something and hurt your knee, because I'm a big klutz and now you're just making me feel not alone in life. All right. Those of you who said you've done that, you have a special entitlement. You have a gift. You may now practice empathy. We have been through the same thing. I tore my whole meniscus. I tore my meniscus, and I was wearing a skirt. I fell backwards. My skirt went up. This is a true story. Yeah, it's a whole thing. I had to be rescued. It was in the middle of the street. I want to say it was the first time that ever happened, but it wasn't. So, what can I say? Anyway, if you've ever fell down in the middle of the street and popped your skirt up, you're entitled to practice empathy with me. All right. Anybody who has not done that, you're entitled to practice sympathy with me, because now you can't relate to what it was like me falling down with my skirt above my head with my coochie out there for everyone to see. No, you can't relate. Nobody asked what I was wearing under the skirt, so we're not going to go there. I'm just going to say you might be able to practice a little bit of sympathy with me, I hope, because empathy in that case was just too rich. But I'm going to give you a deeper example. And I'm going to tear at your heartstrings, because that's what we do on these calls to get to the point of healing, right? So I have a dead son, kid, died from cancer. Thank you for everybody saying, I'm sorry. I understand. Thank you very much. I definitely thank you. Trisha, you're so sweet. So, that is something that I hope that nobody ever gets to empathize with, honestly. And I really wish that folks would offer a little more sympathy. And it's not because people don't know, don't, I mean, it's because it's unnatural. It is almost impossible to fathom the loss of a child because it's unnatural. It's supposed to be the other way around, right? And so nobody wants to go there. And that becomes challenging for people to interact with me who can't offer empathy. Because how the hell can you offer sympathy? What are you supposed to say to that? Sorry? Thanks. It's, you know, and everybody can be sorry. That's great. Not going to bring my son back, right? And you all know that, and I know that. And you also know that there's a chance that you could make me cry with giving me any kind of emotional response. And that might make you cry. And that might be too much for you to deal with. I also know that almost every single one of you has had a life touched by cancer. Either you've lost somebody to cancer, you know somebody with cancer, you had cancer, you have cancer. Fuck cancer. Sorry, not sorry. Hashtag. So I lost my 20-year-old son to cancer after a 2-year battle, after like knockdown, drag out. So you want to know how I know about cannabis? That's how I know, because I went through a world of research, a world of knockdown, drag out fights with doctors who refused to accept it as a viable treatment for cancer or for symptoms related to the horrifying treatments. I mean, mustard gas is chemo, and that's supposed to kill the cells, but it kills everything. So for 2 years, I watched my son die slowly as he threw up his lungs. And this is not unlike a lot of addiction and a lot of, oh my goodness, I've seen a lot of this too. And since my son was on so much morphine, had to take a lot of interesting steps around that. I basically had to kill him. I had to sedate him to death. And he had asked me before, I can say this to you straight face. I have a lot of practice talking about this in groups. If you watch me on Facebook, if you follow me on TikTok, you'll see that I have some extremely vulnerable and emotional times when I can talk about this from a place of real sensitivity. In a setting like this, I'm using it as a tool, which he asked me to do, by the way. Smart kid. He asked me to think about cannabis as an industry, as a medicine, as laws, as as the man standing in the way of viable treatments for people with chronic illness. And I have my own chronic illness. I have migraines. If I didn't have a little bit of THC or CBD in my life, both, a lot, okay, a lot. Thanks, Darnell, for smoking with me at 6:30 in the mornings when I wake up with the migraine and I feel like I'm gonna puke my brains out. And then here comes Lindsay with you should get this, babe. And here comes Lily with, I saw that you were having a rough morning. I hope you have a good day. And here comes Kate with an amazing meme. And here comes Jenny with some valuable lesson that I needed to kind of get me out of my head. And this is what I'm going to talk about when I say there is value in community. And why did all that happen? Because I stopped for a minute and reached out, said hi, and then listened. What are your insecurities? What are your fears? What are your goals? How could I help you get there? I'm not really that interested in what I'm doing right now. I'm more interested in building a sense of community and building up the teams and thinking about how we can connect one another, because the more the team builds, the more lucrative it becomes for us together. So the first thing I saw in the videos was group value, GV. I was like, group value, that's where I'm in. Group value. Who's got a birthday this month? Raise your hand. You have such special value this month. You're in August, baby. That's the kind of stuff that we can bring to each other because we lift one another up. And those are the light sides, because we have light and dark, and we cannot have one without the other. We cannot have balance if we only have happy or we only have sad. And so here's kind of the thing. Here's the group think. We get in our own heads, right? I'm always like, oh, geez, look at this line. Look at how old I look. I'm on Ozempic. I'm getting Ozempic faces. It's terrible because I have diabetes and because I'm a fat ass and I want to lose weight. And so, just kidding. I lost 80 pounds. I got like a little ways to go. All right. Look, have you ever seen this before? Not on me. It's a collarbone. You don't know what that is, people. You don't know. So when I tell you that there is value, I know I ramble a little bit. It's really all comes full circle, right? Because it's about value in the relationships where each of us can fill our own cup using valuable products that are sourced, which is always something I'm worried about, always something my son, his name is Josh, with our team Josh. Okay, so Josh said, I said, what can I do? Can I trade places with you and you could stay and I'll go? And he said, fuck that. You have so much to do. You have people to help. You have knowledge to share. You have things to do, and you need to go do it. And I said, well, what do you want me to do? And he said, you need to go cure cancer. Change the fucking world, Ma. And I'm like, oh, that's heavy. That's a lot. There's a lot of cancers. His particular kind of cancer, only number 219 seen at Memorial Sloan Kettering, desmoplastic small round cell tumors from the neck to the pelvis. And when I tell you, we baked, we cooked, we did gummies, we did our own rolls with nerds and you name it. It was a thing happening in my house. And I said, how do you want me to decorate your room after you get out of the hospital? He said, naked chicks in bikinis. So I had all the girls from the Bunny Ranch in Nevada send him signed centerfolds, and I pasted them all around his room, and I had a sign made that said Josh's Man Cave, and I decorated with every bong you could ever imagine. And I went to Colorado on a funded trip, and I went to 10 dispensaries and came back with the max I could get, shipped it back, and did tests with the whole neighborhood. Who's got a patch? Who's got a gummy? Who's got a tincture? Who's got a salve? Right? It was all bullshit. All of it. He told me it's all bullshit. You have to find something pure, find something that you can share with the world. So that is what I think I found here. I'm bringing it full circle because I know we're running out of time. So that is what I think I found here. It's a combination of really amazing products with the stuff that people need to treat illnesses that we can and cannot see. And it's got the community and a place that we can come and share our souls and help other people. The more we bring them in, the more we share the secrets to help. And I will keep coming around to lift everybody up because I think that's needed. And you'll keep coming around to lift me up. And pretty soon, I mean, just in the month that I've been here, I've seen this team grow a lot with people that now I'm talking to you every day. So I just want to throw a lot of hearts up and I want to remind you, you're important. The people you're talking to are important. Get out of your head. Everybody's got a problem. You've got a problem. Get out of your head, walk away, take a breath, take a beat, call a friend, and then come back strong because we need you, because I need you to be here strong. We need to share this message and we need to bring other people here to heal. Okay. So that was my message. That was my training.
Um, I wasn't expecting to sit here and sob. I mean, it kind of was, maybe. I don't know. Oh, Annie, you have so much value, and I'm so happy that you're here. And you just saying like people are reaching out to you, like from the girls from the team, like it's everything I've ever really like dreamed of is like having just a community of people that give a fuck about each other. Just people that give a fuck about each other and give a fuck about other people. So, this was really great. Because you validated me in a way I didn't know I was gonna get validated, I really wasn't expecting that. So, and I love like what your son told you. I love what your son told you, and I love the mission that you're on, and I'm fucking here for it. Like, we're here to heal, we're here to help people heal. Like, let's fucking cure cancer, honestly. Like, I know we can't say that, but like, let's fucking try. Let's try. I think you were just so awesome. Thank you so much for doing this. You haven't even been here a month yet. I feel like your 14th is the sign up date. So you still have a few days, and I know you're going to hit rep the brand. I know you're going to get those 4 VIPs. I know you're going to get that free jar of gummies. I know you are, because I know who you are especially after all of this. I know exactly who you are, girl. And you killed it. You were amazing. And I just adore you. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I adore you all. And I'm so happy that you were willing to train, even though like you're new here. I'm happy you're willing to put yourself out there. That like it means so much to me. So thank you so, so much. It was an amazing training, Annie. And yeah, that's all I have. I'm literally like at a loss for words. I'm probably going to sit here and cry for another 20 minutes. I love you all so much.
Anytime. And you know what? It's like togetherness, right? And Darnell, you know what you said, you're not sure what brought me to you. And if you think that I'm special, I saw something special in you. I see something special in everybody here. And what drew me to you was real. It was your real, right? It wasn't like fake BS. I'm going to be one person in my social media, but I'm really another person in another part of my life. We became friends because you genuinely did care and do care about these crazy things, and you reached out at times that were the right time. So that means something. That's that sympathy, and that means everything to a person like me, right? So it means something to lots of other people too.
I agree. I agree 100%. You're so right. Everything you said was spot on tonight. So thank you so much. I appreciate you all. And thanks for keeping it nice and short and sweet. Short and sweet is the way to go. I talk too much sometimes. You were very spot on, and you are a great trainer. And I'm going to rewatch this so I can take some notes and learn from you, because you're a very good public speaker. You'll be on that Ariel stage one day soon, girl. I swear. I can't wait to see my girls up there at convention. It's going to be amazing. So I love you all. Have a beautiful night. Thanks for joining us, friends. And we will see you next week.